is always with us. The Bible tells us that the Holy Spirit, the world cannot see him, but for us we can see him because we can know him, because he dwells in us. And so because he dwells within us, he knows us, he sees us, and therefore he takes the message to the Father before we even take it. And that's what actually separates Christian, born again, obedient, and faithful Christians from the world people. And another thing is that he says that he intercedes for us with wordless groaning. But also he says that on verse 27, he says that, and he who searches the heart knows the mind of the Spirit. I love this, that he who searches the hearts knows the mind of the Holy Spirit. It is not a simple thing to know the mind of the Holy Spirit, my dear brethren. To know that the Holy Spirit is speaking this, the Holy Spirit is thinking this, that is only God's. It's divine. No man can really say that he knows the mind of the Holy Spirit. But the Bible is here is telling us on verse 27 in the book of Romans chapter 8 that he who searches the hearts knows the minds of the Spirit. So the Spirit connects very easily with God who searches our hearts. And therefore, our heart's desires are communicated to God by this interceding Spirit for us. And so he says that he knows the mind of the Spirit because the Spirit intercedes for God's people in accordance to God's will. Yeah? We need the Holy Spirit interceding for us, for his intercessions are acceptable before God because they align themselves with the perfect will of God. Sometimes the will of people, the will of man is always permissive. I will give you an example of the permissive will of man. When the Israelites were in Egypt, God thought to bring them, and the plan he had was that they shall be the elected people, they shall always be his only, his chosen nation, he shall always be the guide, the leader, the king, and all that. And he actually reached the point of saying that Israel was his firstborn. So, but later, the Israelites, they chose to have their own permissive will because they lacked the Holy Spirit. By then, the Holy Spirit had not been fully given out to each and every individual, but it was given to a few people that would subscribe to God, also that would encounter God.